Hi, everybody. Welcome back to On the DL, a special day, selfishly, because I have wanted what's about to transform happen for many years, and I found a way to do that. We have, I guess, Angel, we can call you a psychic. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm a psychic and an animal communicator.
Okay. So, Angel Morgan, I love your name, by the way,
Thank
both your
you.
first and your last name. Angel Morgan is here with us today on the DL. I'm going to get right into it and just read who you are and what you do so people will know.
Sure.
Angel is a psychic animal communicator and energetic expert who has worked globally with people and pet pals for over 20 years with clients in Canada, Jamaica, England, Peru, Guatemala, Malta, and the United States. Angel is internationally renowned for her ability to facilitate for families privately or through media and for companies across the world as a psychic, medium, animal communicator, and energetic expert. Wow.
Yeah,
That's a
it sounds
cool
like
thing
a
to
lot.
have.
It sounds like a lot, but it really all kinds of comes under the umbrella of an energetic worker. It works with healing. Everything is about healing. So it's quite simple. Psychic work allows me to tap in so that I can help people go to the deepest parts of who they are and work up to their highest potential.
So before we get into a reading and we get into all that, I what I'm so interested to know is how does one become a psychic? Are you born that way? Do you have this aha
Yeah.
moment where you say, "Oh, I think I'm a psychic. I can read people's minds. I
Yeah.
can tap into their energy." Like when do you have that moment? Do you go to school for
Um,
it?
no,
Okay.
actually, I was a non-believer. I was one of those people that was like, there has to be a limit somewhere. When I was a little girl, I would have these experiences, but they were very dismissed, because of the generation, the time we came. I wasn't nurtured in that way. But then at some point, I started becoming more outdoorsy, more active, and the more into the elements I was, the more I started to get these weird dreams and these visions, and I would see things. I thought I was going crazy, like most people who start on this path. And then I ended up in Guatemala working with this medicine man. And he told me that I was going to be reading animals. And I thought he was nuts. I thought he was crazy. And I came back and I ended up at this facility opening where people were writing their names in these binders. So I thought I'd be polite and I wrote my name. I didn't even know what I was doing. Week later, I get an email that says, "Don't forget you have an animal communications class." And a friend of mine called and she goes, "Are you going?" I said, "Oh, no, of course this is ridiculous. Of course I'm not going." She goes, "Oh, yes, you are." And she dragged me to this thing. By the end of the weekend, this gifted, wonderful teacher really opened my eyes. And that's really where everything began for me. And then I started to work. Within 6 weeks of that, I got a job in this little store in Sharon, Ontario called the Hedge Witch. And for the next 9.5 years, I shadowed the owner. I worked with other brilliantly gifted readers, psychics, animal communicators. And that's where I grew up. I started
And
making wonderful connections.
do you think, I mean, there are so many non-believers, but people usually do conform once they have a reading, right? A lot of people say, "I didn't believe it until,"
Yes, yeah, they
right.
do. And what's really interesting is that I love skeptics and I love people like that because they don't hang off my every word,
Mhm.
right? They sit there and they listen and they take what feels right for them. And it's really neat because yeah, by the end of it, people leave my space feeling empowered,
Mm.
right? And ultimately that's the goal, is to heal for me. So I'm a healer who works with my psychic abilities to heal.
Okay, so I if you want to do a reading or talk about
I was
me,
hoping you were going to ask.
you could start and then we can get into, then I will have probably 1,000 questions for you after, but I'll let you, and
Sure.
again, we're on the DL, so you can say whatever you want
Yeah.
and I will respond. So
Okay.
you could try.
Okay. So the biggest thing that I got this morning, because before I go in with someone, I always like to tap in just to see what's going on. And sometimes even a few hours before a reading, what will happen is I'll experience something, get into a reading, go, oh, okay, that was yours for me to understand. And right away,
Wow.
I kept getting, there's a dog. And then we were talking beforehand. You're like, oh, maybe you could read my past. I'm like, ah. So yeah, there is a wonderful dog, loves you absolutely so much, has so much to talk to, always wanting treats. Always wanting treats, always loving treats. But treats aren't necessarily for this dog food. Treats is your attention. It loves your attention. This one really understands you. It's mental verbal. With animal communications, there are 4 levels. There's mental,
Yes.
physical, emotional, spiritual.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. I want to
So
talk to you about the 4 levels after you do this because I
yes,
have lots
yeah.
of questions about it. Yeah.
Your dog is very mental spiritual, so that means that it can see everything that you see. So you come home, you've had your day, they may not know that you've been to a pizza place, but they can see the pizza place, right? They download all that information, all those images, very image oriented. This dog's really physical too. The other thing that I've noted, it's very spirit. So whenever it reads you, it knows exactly what you want, it knows exactly how to comfort you when you need comfort. I feel like, you know, if your dog, if you were getting married, I know you are, but if you were getting married, your dog would want to be the ring bearer. Like that's how integrated your dog is with you. Just wants to be your best friend, wants to always be around. Show me things you like. Now I'm talking to your dog. What's your dog's name?
Rebel.
Rebel. Okay. So Rebel, she's spinning around, Rebel's spinning around, and it's like, oh, you know my name. Tell me what, show me some things that you like about your house. In your house, do you have a white rug that's almost like a shag?
Yes.
Okay, your dog loves that, loves the feeling of that, loves that shag. Now, so loves that. She's just, it is Rebel a she or is Rebel a
No,
he?
he's a boy.
He, okay,
Yeah.
because he's got some feminine qualities, so sometimes that can play in. Absolutely loves. He's try to sit in your lap. Does he try to sit
Yeah.
in your lap? Yeah, okay.
Yes. Hmm.
Because he loves that, and he loves looking at your face because he loves the faces you make. He loves the faces you make. All I keep seeing him is on that rug, loves that rug. Does he have a toy that's green? What's the green thing that he likes?
Green.
Yeah, it almost looks like
Um,
I don't know if you're throwing it, or it just looks like, I don't know. I just keep seeing a green thing and it's almost translucent. So I don't know if that's like a hand
I'm
soap
trying to
you
think of his,
use and it
I'm trying
smells.
to think of some toys or
I
something
don't
that's
know if it's
green.
necessarily a toy though, because now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if it's
Hmm.
like a hand soap or something. It smells. This smells. So I don't know if it's a hand soap or something like that, but it's something he likes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really weird. I'm just seeing this and it's like in the background. And she smells so good. He's saying, you smell so good. And then he
Thanks,
shows me
Rebs.
this. Yeah, and then he shows me this. So I don't know if that's like a hand soap or a shampoo, but it's something that's green.
Okay.
Um,
That's
questions. What do
interesting.
you have? What would you like to know about your dog?
Um, I want to know about his level of comfort and his level of joy. Like, where's he at right now?
Oh, this is a really happy dog. This is a dog who's, if I would say he's a 9 out of 10 because he has a bit of a nervous disposition, a natural nervous disposition. But I would say he's a 9 out of 10 because he feels safe at home. He knows that you love him. And I have to tell you, your home is what I keep seeing, and he fits. He fits the vibration, and the home itself fits his vibration. So he feels healthy, he feels calm, he feels good. He gets nervous when he doesn't know. You need to talk to him more. Just tell him what you're doing, how you're doing it, because sometimes he wonders, like a little kid. It's like, mommy, what are you doing? Mommy, what are you doing? You know, that
Really,
kind of thing.
dogs feel like that. They have that
Oh,
feeling.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Animals in general, horses feel like that. If an owner is leaving the stable, it'd be like, okay, when are you coming back? When are you coming back?
Wow.
So, and
Mhm.
it's not all animals are like that, because some of them are very emotional. They don't use words. Some of them are very spiritual and they know what's going on. Others, like your dog's like, just tell me, just talk to me about it, right? Talk to me about it. Um,
Are you able to
You're
see? Are you able to see him? Can you visualize what he looks like a little or no?
what's yeah, what's really funny is I keep seeing, I don't know if this is how he sees himself, but I keep seeing a dog who's an off-white tan, an off-white tan. Is that your dog?
He's blonde.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
he's
off-white
golden.
tan. That's what. Okay, good. Yes, then that's what I'm
Mhm,
seeing. And he's beautiful. He's great. And he, he loves how he looks.
yeah.
He loves it when you just massage him and knead him. He loves that. Um,
Yes.
he just
He sure
wants to
does.
be wherever you are, and he loves
Yeah.
touch. Like he really loves touch, right? Like I have four cats, a snake, and a spider, and I have one cat doesn't want anything to do with anybody. The snake constantly wants to be touched. And you think because it's a snake and that's the sense of feel that all snakes are like that. No, they're not. Right? It's their personality. My spider, she loves to play. She loves to walk, right? But she'll only go to certain people. She won't go to everybody,
Now,
right?
do you think people
So
think that's a little weird?
off.
You have,
Yeah,
yeah, that you have a spider and a snake as
yeah,
pets. Okay.
absolutely, absolutely. But in my world, so animal communicators, they all have their fortes. So even though I can talk to any species and any culture of animal, I am better with certain animals than I am with others. Doesn't mean that I'm lesser with them. It's just different. So even from the beginning of the work I did, I noticed that exotics are the ones that I really work with well. So
Wow.
I've worked with a whale and I've worked with a tiger and I've worked with, so it's natural for me to want to have those animals around. Having said that, the snake is very particular because Severus is actually my spirit animal. So
Severus.
if I were to turn into an animal, I would be a snake. And
Would you
that's my
know what
purpose.
would you know what my spirit animal is?
You're the crane. You're
The
the
what?
crane. You're crane, the crane. You help people birth and rebirth.
Oh,
You bring the dawn. It's one of those things where creation is very important to you. Your power animal. So we have four animals in our totem pole. Your spirit animal, the animal you would turn into if you're an animal. The power animal, where you derive your power from. For you, it's actually the butterfly. When you
oh, I
sit and
love butterflies. I can't believe you
yeah,
just said that. Since I
that's
was
your
a little,
power.
little, little, little girl, I've loved
Yeah,
everything is butterflies.
because you're all about transformation. You're all about transformation.
You're
And
right.
it's an interesting thing because it's funny because I try not to know anything about the people who I work with, but you're Dana Levinson. Really, who doesn't know who you are? So I know that when you left, it was to expand, right? And that's what butterfly does. Butterfly's constantly transforming. And I know they're showing me too the inner struggle that you had when you left, because that was something
Mm.
that was like being in the cocoon, the caterpillar, and coming out of that chrysalis and becoming that butterfly. And now you are. And that's that really beautiful thing. And there's something new coming for you on the horizon too, isn't there? There's a
There
whole
is?
new something coming for you. Yeah, there is. I feel like
Wait,
this month there's,
what? Wait, we'll get back to Rebel in a second. I'm so selfish here. Hold on. Forget about the cute dog. He's
it's
cute.
just a
We know
little,
he's cute. Hold on. What's happening? What do you mean? There's something on the horizon. What's happening,
yeah,
Angel? What's happening?
it feels,
I love it.
I love your
Bring it.
energy. It's so bubbly. It's funny because as soon as you caught that, your energy shifted and I saw rainbows. And that's dolphin medicine. And that is the communicator. There is a new project coming for you, but it's something of your own creation. There's even writing involved. And that's
Mm.
coming later. The writing's coming later. I don't know if that's an autobiography or what that is. It feels like it. But for you, and you're going to have to journal you got to start taking more notes about your life. You got to start sitting down and like taking some notes and going, what were the most key points of my life, and talking about them on paper, because you're going to find that later that's actually going to come up again. But for you this month, it's this month later, it feels like later this month. I don't know if an opportunity is going to be afforded to you. Someone's going to come to you and just go, hey, you know what? I have this really great idea. But you're already manifesting it because you love what you do. But I feel like I want more. I want more. And the more you say you want more, you're going to get it. Okay.
Okay, that's going to be my mantra. I want more.
Yes. Yeah. And there shouldn't,
Okay.
that's a really important thing. One of the things you can do, and this is for everybody out there, one of the things I love in the morning before you wake up, before you wake up, before you open your eyes, your subconscious is wide open. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
create your affirmation as a present affirmation, right? And keep saying that 2, 3, 4 times. Because when your subconscious is wide open, what happens is you're programming your day, you're programming your life. The second you open your eyes, it becomes a
Mm,
little bit more challenging because your conscious mind takes over, right? So
okay.
if you do that before you open your eyes in the morning or as you're falling asleep, I just learned this. You're actually creating maps in your brain, like physical tissue that gets created. So if you do that, you're going to manifest. This is your intuitive gift. Okay. You actually are here to manifest for others, but you can't do that unless you manifest for you. And
So
you're getting really good at this.
what's happening for you right now as you're seeing stuff for me? Like what's happening in your brain? It feels like there's so much energy, there's so much
Information.
information. I feel like you want to just, you know,
Yeah.
get it out.
Yeah. I try
What
to keep,
happens for you? Is
I
it a
tr-
vibe? Like what are you feeling right now?
no, it's actually data. So I get
Mm,
feelings, I get images. Sometimes you remember the opening of the film The Matrix, how you see all that green
yeah.
data coming down. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes that's what it looks like. And it also depends on the person in front of me. So if you're
Wow.
visual, I'll get visuals. If you're empathic, I'll get feelings. If you're somebody who is clairaudient, I will hear. So I have this amazing gift to be able to become what the person is in front of me, which is very useful.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
it's fast and it's fast and it's fast and it's fast. So I try to, that's my challenge right now is I try to keep up to the information rather than slowing down and just going, okay, what's in front of me right now? So even after doing this for 20 some odd years, I'm still learning. I'm still growing. Right.
Beautiful.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's
I
amazing.
have to share with you.
Please.
Many years ago, I cannot remember the specifics, but it's somewhere in this story where I was on a report. I was working in the news. I was on a report that was something to do with psychics, and there were people there, and I was interviewing someone, and I never asked questions about my career or what was next or did I want more because I felt settled. It felt like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. But there was a terrible ache in my heart that my love wasn't right. But I never said it
Mhm.
out loud. Um, and the person I was interviewing just afterwards said to me, love will come.
Mm.
And I was married
Yeah.
at the time. And I thought, oh my God, like I had shivers through my body.
Yeah. And it's funny you're
And
saying that because I'm getting shivers as you're saying that.
I had shivers and I thought, well, I'm married. What do you mean love will come? But I walked away from that thinking, like, how did that energy, I didn't even speak about myself. How did that energy come through to her that she knew that where I was at in my life, my heart, like I wasn't right.
Yes.
And love did come. And I'm
Yes.
happily married and very much in love in this part of my
Yeah.
life. And I'm so grateful. But this was like, we're talking a long time ago that this happened to me
Yeah.
with this psychic. So I believed sort of, but I didn't like ever, I'm not a skeptic per se, but I'm not a believer because it wasn't, but that was something
Shifted
enough.
you. Yeah, it
Yeah, for
shifted you.
sure. It did shift me
Yeah.
for sure.
So
That's why I wanted to share that with you because it was
thank
something
you.
special. Yeah.
But that actually segues into something really important. If you look at who we are, we're biocomputers. Okay. My computer networks with your computer. You download all your data to me, and I download all my data to you. The only difference is I can read that data. And that data has all of your information, past, present, and future. Okay.
Wow.
And again, the only difference is I can read that.
Wow.
And if I can't read it, I go up to your guides, your guardians, your angels, your archangels, and mine. And they're like my IT team. And then they troubleshoot, they bring it back to the client, and then I give you the information. Can you tell that I live with an IT guy?
Yeah.
But that's probably
That's
that's the
awesome. That's
simplest way
awesome.
to, yeah, that's the simplest way to describe it, right? So the
So,
reason,
yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, so the reason she was able to see that for you was because you were networking with her in that moment. Your energy field and hers were connected, and you're open, right? It's like I say to people, it's hard to read a closed book. You're
Yes.
open.
Yes. So, do you have any feeling right now about anything from loved ones who have passed?
I was just
Or,
gonna, okay,
okay.
you're catching what I'm seeing moments before because even as we were speaking earlier, I saw grandfather. I asked where it was as you were speaking. I'm like, grandfather, okay, where is that? That's father's side. So grandfather, father's side is here. And also grandmother, mother's side is here as well. They're smiling. She's really smiling. I love the women in your family. There is this very empowered strength in all of you. Like no matter what, how far back I go in the generations, you know how some generations, the women are very cowed, right? They know their place, they're very, I feel like in your family, they know their place, but
Mhm.
don't mess with them. Don't mess with
Mm.
them. There are boundaries, right? It's like, I know who I am. And that's really the biggest trait that's been really passed down to you. Can I have permission to go into your Akashic records? That's the library of the all. That's the place where all your data is.
Sure.
Everything. Think of a mirror within a mirror within a mirror endlessly. That's the Akashic.
Sure.
They
Yeah, go
want me
for
to
it.
take you there. Okay. You have past life Inuit. There is a dog who stands behind you. I thought it was an incarnation of Rebel, but it's not. And that does happen. But this dog is always with you and also now guides you, has begun a guide. This is, do you have a real affection towards like Native Aboriginal stuff and Indigenous stuff and that kind of thing? Like, is that a draw for you?
It was a
Like
draw
even
when I
art?
was young.
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
love Aboriginal art and
good.
moccasins. I never went a
Yes,
year without a pair of moccasins.
excellent.
Um, but
Those
I
are
love Aboriginal art. I do love it. I don't
okay.
have enough of it, but I do love it.
Yes. And that's a trigger. So you have a past life that is connected to that. But as we get older,
Wow.
those contracts lovingly say goodbye. We close them out. We go to the next thing. So I wanted to be a pilot, a military pilot. And when I was 16, a friend of mine said, "Come with me." He had a twin engine Cessna. We got into the Cessna over the CN Tower. He said, "Here, take the controls." And as soon as I touched them, and I wasn't on this path, this energy washed over me, and I just that feeling just went away. It went away because
Wow.
I had done whatever I needed to do. For
Wow.
you, just know this dog, half wolf, I don't know what it's a husky, it looks like a husky, is still with
Oh
you.
my God, Angel,
It's a
what did you
husky.
just say?
Yeah, it's a husky and he's still
Okay.
with you.
Okay. Well, I want you to know that
Tell me.
I had a husky.
Yeah,
I had two, but I know which one you're talking about because I had
yeah.
two of them. Um, and if you guess one of their names, you'll freak out. I could give you a hint. I can
Yeah,
give you a
names are
hint.
not my thing.
No.
Why do I keep getting an animal with a K in it? Angel is probably one of them.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
was it really? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I just
Yes.
okay. That was a guess. I'm very
Yes.
honest. That was a
Her name
guess.
is
Okay,
yes.
with
One
Angel.
of them was Angel, but the other one, I don't know if you'll guess his name, but it's a difficult name to
Who is
guess. But
who is? I don't know where this name is coming from, but all I keep hearing is Kiki, Kiki, Kiki. You know what? That's another past life. You have a
okay,
past life.
wait. Okay. The K is my husband. His name is Kevin,
Okay,
but that's
yeah,
not my
but
past life. That's my present.
no, yeah,
The Kiki that you're
Kiki,
getting
Kiki,
is
Kiki,
my one of
Kiki.
my closest girlfriends. I call
There
her
it is.
Kiki.
Yes, but she
She's
has
one
a
of my
past life with you.
oh, wait till I tell her
Costa
that. She's
Rica,
gonna love it.
Costa
In
Rica.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. And it's
Wow.
this little parrot that belongs to you, keeps going, Kiki, Kiki, Kiki. And I keep hearing this parrot go, Kiki, Kiki, Kiki. And I'm like,
That's
okay. And
wild.
this parrot's showing me everything. And that's
Oh,
Kiki.
that's wild. So wait, so my friend is the parrot, Kiki, on my shoulder?
No, 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 no. Your
Oh,
friend knows. So you had the parrot, and the
okay.
parrot is looking at your friend going,
Oh,
Kiki,
okay.
Kiki, Kiki. And
Oh,
that's how I know the name.
that's
That's
our
where the
past
name is
life.
coming from. Yeah. So
Do
you two
you
have
would
sisters.
yeah, she's gonna love that. She's actually gonna love that when I tell her that. when you get a reading or feeling about my past animals, when you just said
Mhm.
huskies, that's just nuts. You said that they could, their energy could live in Rebel or not
Incarnate.
really? Yeah,
They can no,
incarnate
they
into
can.
Rebel.
It depends on the animal and what their thing is. So your dog, Angel, was your dog from a past life as an Inuit. Okay, that one is an incarnation. Rebel is not, right?
No.
So
Okay.
my fiance had a cat, Yoshi the one, and he passed away very early. He was very sick. And when we
Mm.
got together for Christmas, we saw this cat in a pet store, and all I heard was, "So you taking me home now?" And right away, I know it was an incarnation of Yoshi the two. This one has similar issues to that one. So you'll see little earmarks, right? And it's really cool, but it doesn't happen with every animal. It
Right.
doesn't happen with every animal.
Right.
But
That's like the
yeah,
movie A Dog's Purpose.
yes,
Yeah.
that's a perfect example.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful movie, beautiful
I
story.
love talking to you. Your
Oh,
energy
thank
is
you.
so vibrant.
I like
You
talking
are
with you
so
too.
vibrant. Thank
Oh,
you.
that's so nice. Thank you. That's so nice of you to say. I'm feeling right now that, I mean, I think all things happen for a reason and timing is everything. I've always been that way. Um, I feel like my dog came into my life at a time where one, I mean, I was aching to have another animal
Yeah.
in our home, and it had been over 14 years since we had a dog. When
Mm-hmm.
both of my huskies passed, they passed within 6 months of each other. I had to get pregnant right away. So my youngest child. So with my second child, I got pregnant as soon as both of them were gone. I was like, I need another baby, and I couldn't have another dog. I couldn't bring another dog into our home.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I just felt this. I said, I can't go through that again. It was just
Yeah.
so hard. And people just didn't understand it. And I said, forget it. I can't, if I can't do it properly, I'm not getting one.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, we have a dog. We got him last August. And I feel like he came at just the right time. And I don't
He'd
know
been
if that's just
watching
me.
you. Rebel was watching you well before I feel like he either came into this world or before you got him, he'd already sussed you out. This dog was going to come to you whether you wanted him or not. And there was somebody, there it is, grandfather, father's side knew you needed somebody. So he was actually sent by an ancestor, but this dog was watching you. This
Would it
dog
be
was watching
possible
you.
that it
He chose
wasn't a
you.
grand? Would it be possible, like you're on the mark with the father side for sure, but
Okay.
I'm not feel like, I mean, I could be wrong. You're getting the
Grandfather,
feeling, but I'm
father,
feeling
great.
like it's more my dad as opposed to a grandfather.
Okay, so your dad is passed. Okay.
My dad
No,
is
this,
passed,
yeah.
and he was the major dog person.
Okay, so it's definitely the grand, and he's laughing. He's no, it's the grandfather and the great grandfather. Your dad is he's shy. I feel like he was a really boisterous guy in life, though, was he not?
So much
Oh, he
so.
was. Yeah,
Hmm.
but it's funny because he's being shy. He goes, "No, I want them to talk." And he's kind of stepping back and letting your grandfather come through. I feel like he's honoring them. It's not that he's not here. He's honoring them and he just
Oh, I'm
wants them
glad
to
they're
come
getting
through.
along. That's so nice to hear.
Yeah.
He's getting along with
Um,
his dad. It's nice.
but that makes sense. On the other side, it's amazing what happens and how people heal and how they think shift. But no, it's the grandfather, great grandfather, and the dad's going, no, 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 you guys talk. Is there something you need to say to your dad? Because I keep feeling like I know you miss him, everybody misses them, but there's a deep friendship between you. Like
Mm.
it goes beyond daughter father. Like there's this wisdom that he has for you. There it is. You two have past life together. Um, is that no? Okay. Uh, there is a past life, and it's actually different, but it's Native Aboriginal, where he's your grandfather and
Wow.
you go to him for everything. You need to know something. In that lifetime, you're a medicine woman. You grow up to be a healer, right? With herbs and
Wow.
things like that. Yeah. Like if you were to step on my path and work the old ways, you would be really good at like putting poultices together. And like I had poison oak, and a friend of mine came and she goes, use jewel weed. And she taught me how to use it. And within 2 weeks, it was gone. And I'd already done like 3 rounds of steroids in the hospital. She gave
Wow.
me this 2 weeks. You would be that kind of woman if you went on this
Oh,
path.
wow. I would
Yeah.
love that. I like
Yeah. You're very
natural healing.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
You're
you.
very cool. Yeah.
Thanks.
I love
I
your
think
energy.
I think for my dad, um,
He's
what was
beautiful.
so important, he saw my happiness before he passed, but he didn't get to see the ultimate happiness. And
Oh, yeah. But he does.
I always say this to my children too, that he's around, that he, that he feels it. Because I always say, what would he think if he saw this, or what would he think if he knew that, or because we were very close, and
Yes.
he was a huge supporter in my decisions in life. And I think that he would be very proud of me for the
He
decision,
is.
courage,
You
but
you have
I
to
don't.
understand that he's proud of you. He's at peace, right? And
Mm,
if your children are not in a good place in their life, trust me, the soul knows. The spirit wouldn't
mm.
be at peace. Did he golf?
Yes.
Okay, because he's golfing.
Oh,
He's
of course
golfing,
he
and
is.
I keep seeing he's golfing, and he's like, and he's going like this, and I see the sunshine, and I'm like, he's like, no, honey, I'm okay, I'm good, and
Okay.
that shows me that, and it was at the point where you started talking about seeing that ultimate love that I saw him golfing.
Oh,
And
that's
that
so
shows
nice.
me, yeah, and that shows me with the warmth around him. He loves you. He knows you're okay. He always knew you'd be okay. He loves, do you have a son and a daughter?
I have a stepdaughter, but I have two
Okay.
biological sons.
Okay. Because I was going to ask you if you have a son and a daughter or two sons. I wasn't sure. So you have the son and the stepdaughter. Stepdaughter has a past life with you. Um, your son, your youngest, your eldest son and your dad have past life together. You're young. One of the reasons that Kevin's in your life is because your youngest son and he have a past life together.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah, they actually
That's
have a
interesting.
past life together. Yeah, they have some stuff to work through, but it's good. It's a good relationship. And
Okay.
it's just going to get stronger over time. I love it. You're going to have grandkids.
Fabulous. That's
Yeah.
great. Grandkids
Yeah.
would be
Apparently,
great.
you need
Well,
to know that.
oh, I do. I need to know that I'm going to have grandkids.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, okay. I hope not for a long time. My kids are not old enough to be
That's
having.
why. No, you know why they're
No.
showing me that? They just said it. They said the reason you need to know is because you think you're experiencing the ultimate happiness now, and they're going, just wait,
I think for
just
me,
wait.
it's more about, I don't know, maybe I take that stuff for granted, like maybe I take
Mhm.
for granted that we have 5 children between us and that we will have I know it's so lovely. We have so much love. We do. We have a lot of love in our life. We're very
Yeah.
lucky. Because children do bring joy. They bring a lot of headache and heartache, but they bring a lot of joy. And
Yes.
um, I don't know, maybe I take for granted all of that good stuff, that I will be a grandmother one day, hopefully not for a long time. I'm kind of trying to really enjoy
No,
this
do you
part
know
of
what I
my.
love about you? You're present. I think you find the joy in what you have in the moment. And it's not about taking it for granted. It's like, okay, when I get there, I'll experience that joy. You're so busy enjoying what you have now that you're not really worrying about that. And that's the way you need to be, right?
Well, I
That's
worry
the way
about a
you
lot
need
of
to be.
stuff.
Oh,
I'm not,
yeah.
maybe I'm not being transparent enough, but I do. I'm a big
Yeah.
worrier also. I worry
Yeah.
about, I do worry. I think I worry about what a lot of women worry about
Yeah.
as
That's what I'm
we
saying.
age,
Yeah, but you know what? There is degrees of everything. What I'm saying is your worry is not above and beyond. It's not a worry that can, if somebody concerns me about their worry, I turn around and go, you know what? You are way too worried. Here's a
Mm,
Bach remedy. Here's something you can do. Your worry is in alignment with being human and experiencing the human existence. But your spirit is incredibly present. Of course, you're going to worry, or else you wouldn't be human, right?
right.
But
I
it's
mean,
the degree
yeah,
of that. Yeah. So you are
exactly.
transparent. You're
So,
very transparent.
so you're seeing good things for me at the end of the month, like
Oh,
towards the summer, which is my happy
yeah,
season,
there's a
and I'm not
newness.
surprised.
Yeah.
It's my
What is
favorite
your
time.
sign? What's your astrological sign?
I'm a Libra.
Oh, my favorites.
I know
I'm
I'm
a Gemini.
balanced.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
nice.
that's one of the reasons you worry a lot. That's a ketone of your sign, right? The
Oh,
Libra
really?
does over, yeah, because you're unconditional love.
Mm,
That's the Libra, right?
yes,
So
that's
you
a lot
are
of
going to
me.
worry.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to worry more than most. But the underlying tone with the female Libras is they actually do have it in control. And that's the business. That's the balance,
Right.
right? That's the
Right.
balance.
That's
So
amazing.
They're
So
my
I'm looking
favorites.
forward. I'm really looking forward to what's next. I'll keep you informed on that. I'll send you a note and let you know all the good things
Oh,
that
I would
start to happen
love
for
that.
me. Do you see what it is?
It has something to do, it has something to do with I think it has something even to with the podcast and it either expanding or growing, something about media and still being in front of the camera. So there's some growth that's going to happen. So I don't know if it's not going to take you in a different direction. There's an expansiveness and
Okay.
something that will branch you off even, right? So it's the same,
Oh,
it's
good.
about this, but there's a growth in it. And that
Oh,
you're going to
goody.
find, yeah, yeah, I see something really growing and expanding with time. And it's going to be nice. And you're looking for that. And it is
Yes.
that time. That's the energy that's moving right now.
See how
Yeah.
selfish I am? I just want to talk all about me. It's terrible, huh? I know. I'm just
I
kidding.
love it.
Um, I want to get back to Rebel for a second because been
Sure.
having some issues with him, and I think people who are listening to this that have pets that really want to read their, get a feel for what their pet is feeling. That's why I asked you about his level of comfort and his joy.
Yeah. Does he have a
Um,
tummy issue going on? Is there something going on in the tummy?
he did.
Yeah.
He did. When he came to us, he had a real deranged, what they call a deranged gut for a puppy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but we got it under control.
Yeah.
Um, so his gut is fine. And yeah, so he's been having some things, and I keep saying, I just wish this dog could talk. If he could talk, what would he say to me? What does he want? Um, and my husband makes fun of me. He's like, because sometimes I'll say, oh, no, 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 he doesn't want that. He wants this. And I was like, what are you, the dog whisperer? How do you know what a dog wants? He's not a baby. You don't know when he's going to go to the washroom and when he's going to eat. I said, oh, but I do. I
Yes.
know
And
exactly when my dog is going to the washroom. And that's not anything but pure just routine, right? That's not anything. I'm
yeah.
not,
Yeah. Sometimes a potato is a potato.
right. So, but I've been having this issue with him, and I'm trying to figure out like I'm like, Rebel, what do you want? Like, what is it? You cute puppy. I could kiss you and squeeze you for hours, but I can't because we have to go to bed. So he has this thing
And
in the
that's
evening, every evening. He has, since he's come to us, he has always slept in our room. It's a thing I
yeah.
have with puppies. I always feel like a baby, they should be close to you in case they're sick. And he
Yeah.
was sick. So I'm glad I was close to him because I had to run him outside a lot to go to the washroom in the middle of the night. And this has just been his place. And I love it. I like his energy in our room.
Yeah.
So, but of late, he will not settle. It's like
Yeah.
he comes upstairs and it's like he gets like the mental zoomies, like he needs to be
Yes.
stimulated and do something.
Yeah, he wants to play, and that's what I got. That's exactly what I got. Is he just wants to play? He just wants attention. He's hyper. He's got
But
energy.
he gets it
He's
only
happy.
then. But he only
Yeah,
gets it then. Like he's been sleeping all evening.
he's
He's
a
a
puppy.
joy. And then he comes
Okay,
upstairs and it's
two
yeah.
things. So two
Okay.
things. One, if you see him sleeping during the day or before, don't let him take a nap. That's the practical aspect of it, right? So I have a cat, Whitey. She's my reading cat. Everybody knows her. She's on my Instagram. She gets insomnia, right? So she's up, and I used to stay up with her. And I thought, you know what? I think what's going on with her too is she sleeps a good part of the day. So I would keep her up, but that kind of helped. So I started using, and this is what you can use with him too, is Rescue Remedy is really good. This is part of a line called the Bach remedies, and I love them. I use them with people and I use them with pets. And the Rescue Remedy, don't get the pet one because I find it really gooey. Just a couple of sprays in your hand and you can pet your animal with it. And what it does is it shakes them on a vibrational level, brings them up to the property of one of the 5 plants that's in it, and then it will help them move through whatever they're going through. Okay. And if they
Wow.
don't need any of it, it goes right through them if they don't need
And
it.
they just smell it on your hand.
No, you just pet them with it. You just pat
Oh,
them with it. That's it. So you spray it in your hand and you pet them. You can get it anywhere, any holistic health food store. You can get it online. But again, get the human one. It's fun. The human one has a grapeseed alcohol, so they don't have to ingest it, right? Because you're doing it
okay.
topically. So yeah, that I think would be, do that about 15, 20 minutes before bedtime. That will help. But I also get, it definitely is. And I like the way you put that, the zoomies. I'm going to start using that term. He
Mhm.
gets the zoomies and he's just really hyper. He just wants to play. The other thing too is the calmer, more settled you are, the safer he's beginning to feel, the more fun he wants to have. So he's adjusting quite nicely. So this is kudos to you because he feels great, right? But now there's that puppy adjustment period, and he is a puppy, right? There is also, you know, potato's a potato. He is still a puppy. But the Bach rescue remedy is really going to help you. That's a really
So
good one for you.
you're not getting any reading, like nothing's wrong with him. He's not saying,
Oh
you're not getting a reading like
no,
something's wrong or, okay.
no. And that's why
Okay.
they showed me the tummy, because they said that's the only thing that's really bugging him. And if that's been dealt with, then no, you're okay. And right off the bat, I got that, no, he just wants your attention, 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 attention. And he
Yeah.
does, right? And the other thing too is a little bit more boundary setting in that regard, just like, no, you know what? It's not time right now. Because sometimes you want to give him, you're like me with Whitey. I just want to give her all my attention. But there comes a point where it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
okay, you know what? Here's my boundary, right?
Yeah.
Here's my
You
boundary.
know what? I have, I've always had issues with boundaries with every
Yeah.
living being in my life, like
Yes.
me
Because you're 11, you're a Libra.
present. It's hard. It's very difficult. And I've always had that with people, with pets, with everything. And I've
Yeah.
really had to really hunker down, you know, especially with my
Yeah.
kids, boundaries for sure. With my pets, now there's boundaries. You know, some people thought I was crazy that I let my dog sleep in my room. I'm like, what do you mean? It's just a
No.
puppy. Why can't he's in a crate? Like, why can't he
Yeah.
just sleep in my room? Right.
Yes. He
Um,
wants to sleep on your bed, just so you know. Don't let that happen.
you know what? He's tried a couple of times, but
Yeah, don't let that
I
happen.
just have not. A
Yeah,
couple of
because
times I've brought him up, but no.
this particular dog, if you don't set boundaries,
I'm
will
gonna show you.
start to nip. This dog will become a little possessive and alpha. So boundary
Oh yeah.
setting for you is going to be really important, especially for the relationship he has with Kevin, because as he gets older, he needs to understand Kevin is the alpha and you're the alpha female. But the only way to do that is for you to set boundaries, because you are the head honcho. So if you guys go and do puppy training with him,
I
um,
have. Yeah.
yeah, were you the main person
Yeah.
helping him train? Like you were okay,
Yeah.
good. But make sure that Kevin gets some time doing that too.
Oh, he doesn't do
Okay.
any of it. Let's just like call a spade a spade. He doesn't do a thing with the
Right. But be
dog.
very careful with that with this dog, because he'll start to think he's the alpha because he doesn't. So he's
Oh,
got to take some alpha positions as well. So that's something that you need to think of. They just showed me
here. I don't know if
alpha.
you can see. Can you
Yes,
see
I would
this
love to
through
see it.
here? I don't know if you can see
Oh my
him.
God, good. It's exactly what I saw. Perfect.
Really? You
Oh
can see
my God,
that?
I love him. Yeah, his
Isn't he
energy's
cute?
lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
But if
good.
you're,
I'll tell you, I mean, I loved my Huskies. There are no words how much I loved my Huskies, but I always wanted a golden retriever.
I
Growing up, I
love
used to see
that.
Goldens, and I grew up with German Shepherds or German Shepherd mixes, and my parents always rescued dogs. We never had a purebred in my house. They were always a mix of something. It was always
Yeah.
Shepherd based, and I always wanted a Golden. And then I become an adult, and with my then partner and first husband, he wanted Huskies, so we got Huskies, and I love them. They were my, I mean, as you
Mhm.
said, like they were like my spirit animal,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, they're
But
guides.
Rebel is the dog that I literally dreamed about my whole life.
Yeah.
I wanted
Yeah.
a male golden retriever with a big, huge head, looked like a lion, has a beautiful disposition, who's just a cuddly bear, who's wonderful with family, and he's like my dream come true. Like he's my
Do you
dream.
remember what I said earlier about him watching you and him choosing you? I think this dog has been watching you for a very long time. I think you have seen this dog before you got him. You were
Wow.
connecting him to him before you got him. Um, but again, with this dog, as he gets older, you have to set boundaries. Okay,
Okay.
that's going to gentle ones, but that's going to be really important for him to have a healthy relationship with everybody in this family. So even though I'm going to give you all the good stuff, there is a cautionary note here too, and I'm very
Sure.
diplomatic in how I do it, but that's going to be a little bit important. Okay.
Okay. So how do people, so if people right now, let's say, I know you deal with all kinds of readings like you were doing with me when
Yeah.
you got vibes from my father and that he was golfing and he was with his
Yeah.
dad. I
He's
mean,
cool.
he's cool. He was so cool.
Tell
Really
your mom,
cool.
he
Very
says,
cool
tell
guy.
your mom I miss her. Tell your mom I miss her, but I'm watching.
Oh,
Does she,
wow.
I have to ask a question about your mom. Um, Something about he loved her cooking, but sometimes she would burn things.
That's so funny. Wow. Are you serious right now?
Yeah,
That's very funny.
because I can smell it.
You smell the
So,
burning?
but he's laughing. Yeah, but he's laughing. He's just laughing. He's just teasing.
Yes.
That's all. He's
Yeah.
just
Well,
teasing.
yeah.
Yeah.
She could yeah, mess up the recipe for sure. She won't like this when she listens to this podcast. She was a
I'm
great cook,
sorry.
but there were
I'm
some things.
sorry. Sorry.
I
I'm
think
sorry,
my dad would
Dana's
be
mom. I'm sorry.
I think he'd be very happy for my mom right
He's
now.
laughing. He
Hmm.
is. And that's why I said he misses her, right? He
Hmm.
does miss her, but he's watching her. He's watching her.
That's so
So,
beautiful. I love that.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
do
fills
too.
me up with all the good stuff.
Yeah. And I can feel the love. I can feel the love from him. You have a beautiful
It's
family.
really,
You truly do.
that's nice. That's nice of you. Thank you. How do
You're welcome.
people, I know you have a podcast. Tell me about your podcast and then tell me how people can get in touch with you.
I do have a podcast, but this is all very new to me. So I'm still learning about that.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
biggest platform is Instagram. I do free
Okay.
readings live. I do live free readings because I know, especially right now, a lot of people can't afford it. So what I do is I do
Mm,
pop-up lives, and then I do scheduled lives, and I even have guests on. I'll have other readers and I'll read with them. So that's probably the best place if you want to learn about your own intuition. That's the place to go, is Instagram, and it's at Raising Energy. I also have a Facebook page and my website, which is raisingenergy.com. Animal specific website is Angel Morgan, petpsychic.com. And I have
okay.
a blog,
Wow.
like everybody. We all have a blog, right? So my blog is mypsychiclifestyle.com. But again, you can get all of that right through the Instagram page.
That's great because I feel like people will want to reach out to you.
Oh,
Yeah, this has been just enlightening and really it's been
thank
joyful
you.
and fun and I mean, I wasn't fearful that you were going to tell me some horrible news, but certainly you gave me
Yeah,
some nice news. So that's nice. And I'm so happy that my huskies are still with me somehow,
yeah.
which I love,
Yeah.
and which I always knew anyway. I kind of felt it. I did. I
It's
feel it.
nice for the validation, though, eh?
Yeah,
Like, it's
it's
nice to
nice.
have the validation. It is.
It's really nice.
Thank
I
you
love
so much.
that my dog, her name was Angel. So that's really, and then my
Oh, that's
other,
cool.
oh, just so you know, my other husky, his name is Elias.
Elias. Oh, I love that. That's
Yeah,
a
that was my
very
first.
powerful name.
Yeah,
How
he
did you
was,
come up with that? How did you come up with
I
Elias?
didn't, I get no credit. It was,
Yeah, that's
my
nice.
ex-partner, my ex-husband came up with it. It was, I came up with, Angel and he came up with Elias. Like he really,
That's a good
beautiful
name.
name.
Yeah,
A very powerful dog. He didn't look like he
yeah.
wasn't a thin, small husky. He really looked like a lion. Like he was just,
Wow.
yeah, he was really magnificent. And I love that you got a vibe about Rebel. Like you were bang on with Rebel.
Thank you.
He always wants to be with me. Like
Yes.
yeah,
He's
it's
really
great.
cool. He's really good for you. Two are so on the same vibe. So
Oh,
on the
that's so
same
nice.
vibe. Yeah.
He was originally a gift for my son. And I said to my son, he's your dog, but he's my puppy. I will mummy him until we get
Yeah.
him through the puppy stage. And then he can, you can always hang out with him and he'll be your dog. And he may, but
he
right now
sees he sees your sons as litter mates, just so you know, litter mates.
oh, like
He
brothers.
sees them as other puppies. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So just
nice.
so you know what the relationship is, that's
That's nice.
important, right?
Yeah.
It's like knowing somebody's love languages. It gives you an idea of how to nurture the relationship. So
I
they're
like
all
that.
puppies. You
I
have
love
all
that
puppies.
spent this time together. It's been
Thank
so
you.
wonderful. And
Thank you.
100% when I say I'm going to do something, I will send you a message at the
I would
end
love
of
that.
the
Yeah.
month and I will let you know what's
Yes.
happening. See if
Yes, please do.
your vibe, your reading, your feelings were correct.
I would love that. Yes, do. And I do. I jive on that. I love watching people grow. I get emails every day letting me know how people are doing and what's going on and the readings and how they've evolved. So, yeah, please do. I would love that.
Thank you, Angel. You've been a
Thank
really pure
you.
joy. Thank you so, so much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
everybody
Thank
for
you.
listening and watching and stay well. And thanks, Angel.
You're welcome.